Well, I think they're triple threat guys. They're complete. They obviously can shoot the ball from deep, and we try to give them good looks. But they're capable, obviously, putting it on the floor, driving, drawing fouls, or hitting pull-ups, floaters, and they'll make the right passes. So I think that completeness is the toughest thing about them, and we have very willing, when teams are guarding us man-to-man, unselfish guys that screen, get them open, and, they just have a lot of experience. So, and they have, they're a green light, and they're aggressive, and sometimes I'll trust them, and sometimes I'll say, hey, just take a better shot, but generally I trust them, and they're going to make the right decisions, and they have that aggressiveness.
Okay, we'll take one in front with Mike, and then
Tony,
Doug.
Can you walk us through Kihei's recovery and the decision to play him and
It's
what you
remarkable.
saw from him?
Right.
Yeah.
He had one practice. They wouldn't let him sweat because he had his surgery until Tuesday. He got his stitches out. And Dr. Bobby Chabra did a remarkable job, and Ethan, our trainer, getting him in for surgery. They looked at the x-rays after the surgery, and he had one practice. You could see him still struggle a little bit with that cast. He'll have to keep that on for a couple weeks. But they felt he was in a good place. I said, how'd you feel yesterday? And he's like, I'm playing. And then after the shoot-around, I asked him again. So, again, the game was Saturday against VCU, surgery was Monday, and here we are 9 days later. So that's pretty good as far as that. And he's a tough kid and a little rusty, but that's his first time of really working out in 10 days.
Okay, we'll take one here in front. Doug.
According to my calculations, and I'll be checking them with Eric, I think this is only the second time that Virginia's ever won on an SEC floor. Just talk about coming in here and winning and what the challenges you face.
Did we beat LSU or did we lose that game? Yeah. Okay. My wife went there, so I have to bring that up. So, we were fortunate tonight. We played well. I have the utmost respect for Coach Martin and what he's built here and how tough they are. They were hit by the injury bug. I mean, they lost a guy, I think, earlier in the year after 5 games, and then we thought for sure Kotsar and Moss were going to play. We were prepared. They played very well against Michigan, and I watched that game a couple times and knew what we were going in. And that's a hard, tough blow this close to playing, and they hadn't played a game without him. So I think we were fortunate in that regard, and I think they're depleted, but. I just think coming in, playing our style, it's what we can do, what we can't do. We knew we would have to take care of the ball against their defensive pressure. We knew they were going to go inside and try to score in the paint and be assertive. I didn't know they were going to play that much zone. That surprised me, and it gave us some trouble. And Coach Soderberg gave a great recommendation at about that 4-minute mark. He said, hey, Braxton was doing fine in the middle, but he said, let's put Ty in the high post. We've done that in the past, sometimes against Syracuse, and I thought Ty in there, got Kyle some shots and some drives, helped just – the game felt closer maybe than the 10, 11 points or whatever they cut it to.
Okay, Jeff and then Josh.
Tony, Silva got it going a little bit in the second half, but he had to work for his 11 points. What was the defensive tactic you were using on him going into it?
Yeah, they do a good job of spreading it out, running stagger aways, and then looking for him. And he's so physical and carves out space. And, we didn't really get a chance to trap him that much, and we decided to let Jack play when he could one-on-one. And Jack's physicality, we've seen that now throughout his career, but especially this year against high-quality interior players like him, like Happ, like Bruno from Maryland. And there's just something about position and physicality that, you make a move and you hit. And I thought there were some key plays, again, where that would be frustrating to go against. And he's one of the better guys you're going to see. And I thought Jack was very good at Momedy when he had his chances, too.
Josh, then Andrew.
Tony, Kyle had 12 points in the second half. You've obviously seen him have big halves in the past, but how fun is it for you as a coach when you see him hitting big shots on the road like he was able to today? Yeah,
we needed him because of how they they had us standing a little bit in the zone. And Kyle, he's a shot away from, going on a 3 or 4 shot streak. But I liked his confidence. He, as I mentioned, he and Ty together, they're dangerous out there. But Kyle is such a quick release, and I think he got the 4-point play. He just needs a little daylight, and it's off. And our guys know that, and they find him quick, and his feet are set. And I was glad to see. I thought we were a little rusty with our shooting in the first half, but obviously the stats were kind of the same from 3, but thought we shot it a little better.
Okay, Andrew.
Tony, the one thing that Frank is dealing with this year, obviously, is youth in key spots. Obviously, T.J. Moss didn't play tonight, but that backcourt is usually freshmen with A.J. Lawson and him, and obviously Keyshawn Bryant as well. When you have experienced guards like Kyle, like Ty, what does that do? You know, what have you seen over the years in those type of matchups where there's a lot of talent on the other side, but obviously experience matters?
Yeah, those guys are going to be good in time, and they already are good. But I think they'll be fine. And again, how they play and how tough-minded they are. But there's no substitute for experience, and not at this level, unless there's certain first years or freshmen that are incredible, and we play against those guys. But that's our formula at Virginia, to try to grow guys up, get them into their upperclassmen years, or get them a lot of experience, and it's proven well for us. And I think you just see it. You're in those settings. You're on the road. You don't get rattled if a team makes a run. You're not afraid to take the big shots. You can handle when the coach loses his mind, when he gets after you. Sometimes in the huddles, they've seen a lot. So we're going to keep needing them. But experience is golden. So if these guys the guys at South Carolina, Coach Martin, if they'll keep staying after it and grow together, they have a bright future. You can see that.
Okay, we'll take one more. Mike.
Tony, they had 14 second chance points. When you saw that part of the game, what did you think? Was it just situational, or was there something wrong there?
No, at times we didn't rebound well. We worked hard in this break period and physical, working on our rebounding because we knew how they would be, and they didn't have one of their key guys who really can rebound and is good. So that's something we'll continue to address. I thought we were pretty good on the offensive glass, but with Momedy and Jack playing more together, we should be able to rebound in our guards. That was our big lineup with DeAndre, Jack, and Momedy. So that's just something that that'll get you beat if you're not right. And second chance points are big, so we'll go to work on it.